Welcome to Poets from the Neighborhood. My name is Louise Colln.
And I'm David M. Harris. We hope you'll enjoy the poems we'll be reading today, poems written by your friends and neighbors. And we start with a poem written by me, based on a true story, Estate Sale. Her husband trailed her in, unwilling and uninterested in old furniture, but her eyes went bright. Her hand went out and touched the lacquered curves, caressed the blacks and whites, and finally she sat down. She played. While selling out my mother's flat, I'd heard a chord or two, some awkward scales, but no one played. This woman fell into the appassionata. Her husband heard the price and frowned. They talked, and I saw in her eyes the story of their marriage and his refusals. I waited and held still, thinking of my parents' marriage and my own, until he turned to me and said, "I'll need to get the truck and 2 strong friends."
Tree Memories by Chan Strong. Today is a sad walk to say goodbye to the trees. My shadow is 12 feet long. My hair blows in the breeze. The air is getting cooler now. Winter is almost here. For my daily walks among the trees, the end is growing near. The leaves have been so beautiful, but now they cover the ground. The tree trunks and branches are bare as the leaves swirl all around. The path is much lighter now. There is a gentle breeze, but as I walk, I ponder how I will miss these trees. My parents were brought up in a time when kids weren't held on knees, so to share some of the love inside, I went out among the trees. In them, I climbed and nestled into their enfolding arms, and to this day, a tree still holds for me these special magic charms, all friendship, joy, and delight that every child needs to grow. That's why I'm such a tree person. I've said it, now you know. I grew up knowing trees by name, and in their shade each day I called their names out happily as I wandered in my play. I lived on a farm, you see, with woods, a pond, a creek, and wandering in wooded shadows was an adventure at its peak. My brothers and I were Tarzan and Jane. We swung over the creek on the vines. We made a sled from a cardboard box to slide downhill among the pines. In the creek, we swam and splashed. We boated and fished in the pond. We jumped in the hay and the barn loft, making memories of which I'm fond. The trees in the yard gave me hugs as I hugged their trunks and climbed. I swayed gently in their branches as I sang the lines that rhymed up into the cherry tree. Who should climb but little me? I held the trunk with both my hands and looked aboard to foreign lands. Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree. I hugged the trees in the orchard, and up in their trunks I climbed, to sit among the branches as upon their fruits I dined. Pears, plums, and delicious peaches. What a child's delight to behold such luscious food. Was such a pleasant sight. In my memory as I wander among those paths of old, joy fills my heart as scenes of youth unfold. The oak tree swing, the pecan tree nuts, the pine with Christmas lights, the ash to make basketball fans for childhood's great delights, the sweet gum and the hedgerow, the mimosa and the holly, what delightful memories they hold as I walk the pathway so jolly into the woods and by the pond in spring, summer, and fall. What beauty their memory brings to me. What joys do I recall. My first friends were my trees, you know. They were there to aid my play. That's why I'm still a tree hugger as I go along life's way. I see God's glory in each one, the trees lace against the winter sky. I thank God for his blessing and for the trees I'm passing by.
I have another poem of my own, Out of the Wild. Sound ricochets through the valley, across the river, bank to bank. From the porch you hear the wails that sound at first like sirens. The dog rises, nervous, and sniffs, and stays close. He knows his cousin's call. Just beyond Manhattan's nighttime glow, coyotes haunt these hills. In the morning, you grab the train for Grand Central, while wildness sleeps in your backyard.
Rocking Chair Boy by S.R. Lee. Rocking chair boy sitting with grandma watching the dawn coming over the hill. Rocking chair boy swaddled in a blanket hearing the birds call, gentle but shrill. Rocking chair boy sleeping on my shoulder. You won't remember, but grandma will.
And one more poem by David M. Harris, which is me, At the Top of the Stairs. Velleity, regret, lost love, opportunities ignored or neglected or not seen, family history, fatherhood, husbandhood, manhood, insecurity, pomposity, heights, blindness, fear itself, death less and less, betrayal, betraying, not knowing the secret codes, being the only one who doesn't know the secret codes, being the only one who does.
Fall Dazzle by VeerajaR. Leaves dazzle bright in the sun, fiery red, orange and golden, waving gleefully in the cool breeze that invites me to dive and to breathe, succumb to the uncanny beauty of fall, joyfully embracing and fancy growing old. Thank you for watching Poets from the Neighborhood. We hope you'll join us again soon.